Hey friends, Tuxx here. Can you believe it is finally Switch release day? Oh my gosh, man. The days that they have Nintendo launches to be, it's like Christmas, New Year's Eve, all rolled into one. It is such a great celebration. I don't know if you guys were following all the midnight sales, like the Pokemon Center Nintendo New York midnight sale, and streams from around the world as they launch this great console. So I am pumped. I was waiting, and this time, although I do midnight sales a lot, in this particular case, I did end up ordering them online. I ordered 3 of them, as you probably know, and people say, hey, Tuxx, why would you order 3? But first off, there was limits on 1 per retailer per person, and I didn't want to get snagged up where maybe they cancel an order or one gets delayed or something, so I went ahead and ordered 3. And one is basically for me, one is for my girlfriend, and one was to either keep mint in package, maybe to sell, maybe they just keep his parts, who knows. But I'm really happy I did that because actually we only got 2 of them. The Target one, they all had the same expedited faster shipping. The Target one came first about 3 p.m. and then this bad boy didn't come till about 8 o'clock. And then these were ordered from Best Buy, and this also came about 8 o'clock p.m. So really, I haven't had them that long. I ended up waiting quite a bit of the day. And so really kudos to Target for getting theirs out first. Okay, as far as the unboxing goes, I'll be doing a separate box unboxing for this Zelda here. And that box is huge, I gotta tell you. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing. And this box here surprised me. It was a little smaller than I thought, actually. But anyway, if you want to see this video, be sure and check out my video queue, and I'll have this posted very shortly if it's not posted already. But huge box, I cannot wait to unbox that as well. Now for the Switch here, like I was saying, this is actually one of the smaller Nintendo consoles ever. To give you kind of an idea of the scope of it, this is a 3DS box. Okay, you're probably familiar with these. Check it out. This is like not even the height of 2 of them, and it's kind of like maybe almost the width of 2 of them. So this is actually, for a console, this is a very small box. I was surprised when this came how small the box actually was. In fact, this box is smaller than that box, and that's crazy because that game is about the size of this. Okay, so we're talking like a little teeny thing in that huge honking box. But there is some other goodies and stuff in there I'll show you too. But anyway, so it's interesting that Nintendo took such a small little box form factor for this, considering how big that is. Now the box itself is beautiful, guys. I mean, looking at the box, you have your bright red Nintendo logo here. We got lots of nice pictures of people holding things, kind of demonstrating the purpose and how to actually use nunchuck controllers, and how there's a kickstand, and you know, the actual little play cradle thing. So very cool. On the back here, you got Nintendo Switch, demonstrating you can actually pull them off, which is really great. On the bottom here has all the little luxuries and warnings and all that good stuff that you really don't care about. But anyway, it's a very beautiful package. I can see how this will look great on a retail shelf, and kudos to Nintendo for creating a cool little logo. I'm into that, and I think the whole thing looks really good. Definitely stands out. So let's go ahead and see what is inside this box. Now, opening it up here, there's a little pull tab here on the bottom, and this opens up like this. And from the get-go, we have the Nintendo tray. Now, Nintendo's really been big on this whole tray thing since probably the Wii U, where they'll have sometimes a couple trays. And it's interesting, they actually have some instructions here on the bottom. Plug it in, set it up, etc., etc. So it's kind of interesting, they actually have some instructions kind of like right there on the box. Okay, so looking at the tray, we're going to cover this one second, since this is the meat of the package. Let's go ahead and see what weird little things we have here in the bottom. Starting things off here at the bottom, we have a little info page here with warnings and regulations and all that good stuff. And then let's see what else we have. This is the actual charger controller. Oh, actually, strike that. It's not a charger. This is simply like a docking bay for the controller, so you can play with it in a little bit more of a traditional form factor. So it kind of holds the little nunchucks more like a joystick. So it's interesting that they didn't actually go to the trouble of putting a USB charger on here, because it really wouldn't have cost that much more. Maybe $8 or something, if even that, you know. So it's kind of weird. You can actually buy a charging cradle like this for about $30 extra. This does feel very sturdy though, and I do like the way the side rails here are made of metal. So that's going to hold those components really nice. It's not like plastic that's going to bend, you know. Looking at what else is in the box here, we have the little, these are like little safety little strings, and actually does have some buttons there and some LEDs. I think there's 2 of these, and there is, left and right, so very cool. It's nice they did include these, especially since it has the little string and everything there. We'll go ahead and pull one of these out and take a look at it. And you can see there is a nice little Nintendo logo actually on the plastic there. I don't know if the camera's going to actually zoom into this, but you can actually tighten this by pushing the top part here, and this does tighten up and loosen up, which is nice. here you have a lock button, and then you have two little side buttons and little LED indicator lights, okay? The middle part here is metal, so again, it's not going to bend or break like a plastic component would, snapping things in and out. Here's the other one, very similar. Two buttons, a little springiness, not mechanical. It kind of feels like, actually what it looks like here is the fact that this is a springy button with a plastic piece that goes through the metal here and that pokes out the back. Okay, so it's not like a digital button, it's more like a analog. You're pushing this little stick into here that's pushing something actually on the switch itself. But anyway, it's cool you got two of these, and it's great they actually have the little cords. I like the cord a lot. Very, very cool. So I don't know if I'll use them that much, but it's cool they gave them to you. Okay, what else we have? Oh boy, going back to PS3, there's so much heat about not including a HDMI cable, so it's great they actually did include a Nintendo branded HDMI. Everyone wants some. Am I going to use this? Probably not right away, but I'm going to throw it into my box of random HDMI cables, and we'll save this for a rainy day. I already have an HDMI cable already set to go for this particular purpose. Okay, next up here we have the power brick, and kind of a weird power brick, man. Check it out. We'll go ahead and pull this out. Now this does use this uses USB-C, which is a newer form factor that was used in like some of the newer phones, like the Samsung Note 7, the one that was blowing up a lot, which I love, by the way, seriously. And then the Samsung, a lot of them use a normal standard small USB plug, but this is the newer C one, so it's a little bit larger, so your standard cell phone charging will not work. But if you have a newer style phone that uses a C, it will work, or you can buy an adapter too. But anyway, kind of a big brick. I'm surprised at the size of that, actually. But all in all, very nice. Has a nice rubbery feel to it. Feels very high quality, although it's not a braided cord, and you know I like braided cords. Okay, next up. Let's see here. Alright, so this is the dock. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Nice anti-static bag on it. And there you go, Nintendo Switch. Looks very nice and shiny. Kind of a matte black with kind of a shiny Nintendo Switch. It does have an LED here. You got some spots for USB plugs here for charging, I guess. The actual back here, this comes off, I know. And here you can plug in a HDMI out. And you can actually plug in a USB and the AC adapter. So there's all your plugs. AC adapter, USB, HDMI, okay? And you can see the corresponding plugs are right there on the inside for you. It's interesting it has this kind of closable area, which makes a lot of speculation that maybe there'll be some kind of adapter or something that goes in here later at some point. This is a Nintendo on the back, HDMI. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels a little bit lightweight, but it does have some weight and metal to it. But essentially, this is a plastic holder with one USB-C adapter right down there in the middle. Now, I have heard a warning from some people that the inside here is not really padded. It's just plastic, and if you actually stick the switch in wrong, you can actually scratch your switch, the glass or the plastic on the back, on the inside. So be careful about that. Make sure you're trying to lower in directly. I've even thought about maybe kind of doing my own little hack here and putting some felt or something on the inside of the cradle here to keep mine from getting scratched up. You could buy a screen protector too as another option, but that won't protect the back of it from being scratched up. And you know, some screen protectors, if it goes around the whole thing, it might be too thick to fit in here then. So that's a whole nother issue. But this is nice looking. It feels quality, has some good weight to it. It's not going to fall over easy, but very cool. And next up, let's take a look at the actual unit. Okay, so we have the top tier of the little tray out and ready to go. We'll go ahead and pull off our first little nunchuck here. First impressions, it has some weight to it. It does feel quality. It's kind of like a matte gray, matte black, but it's a little bit rubbery. Like this is definitely rubbery right around here. You have some good rubber around there. This is kind of just a normal plastic, normal plastic, normal plastic. The buttons are plastic. They do have a glossy arrow on them, which is nice. And a little, I guess, reset button right there. The inside here does have a SL/SR button to it, the reset, and it does have a, is this metal? Boy, is that metal or plastic? It feels a little of both. Like this feels metal, but this part here actually feels plastic. Again, though, it does feel high quality. This does not feel like it's going to bend or break. It feels very sturdy, actually, like a quality electronic component. Okay, next up, the other side. This feels similar in weight. I don't think one weighs more than the other one. No. This one here, same kind of thing, SL/SR. Little metal tab right down here for you. And the buttons feel very good quality. Same kind of thing, rubbery thumb grip, home button. It does have a little plus sign up here. X, Y, A, B. ZR and Z keys and a little reset there. So anyway, again, feels very good. Both these two feel very nice. It's a little interesting they have the joysticks offset. Some people have complained about that, how one is higher than the other. It's like, I guess it's meant for holding in some game applications. That probably makes a lot of sense. I'm okay with it, to be honest with you. But some people wish that it was like the same on both sides. But for whatever reason, they decided to offset it and make it different. So, okay. And looking at the screen, let's go ahead and pull this out carefully. Oh boy, check it out, guys. Oh, that feels nice. This feels like good quality, good amount of weight to it. It doesn't feel overly heavy, but it doesn't feel like a child's toy though either. I think one of the biggest complaints people had about the actual Wii U is the fact that it was so thick. It kind of felt like a Fisher-Price toy or something. This feels like a cell phone or a quality component. On the inside, it feels like a computer, actually, to a certain degree. You got little computer fans there, very nice. It feels very quality. Now, I've heard some complaints the kickstand is a little clumsy or a little cheap plastic-wise. This case does feel very quality. Like, I mean, it feels plastic, but I want to say it feels like it's like a metal bezel or something. It feels very good. Does not feel cheap. But the kickstand here is cheap. It's just plastic, kind of kicks out. It's actually, they say it's made to be like this, where it's kind of flimsy, where if you stick it down wrong or something, it will snap out and you can just snap it back in again. That's by design. There is a spot for a SR card, I believe, right in here, which I will be sticking in a 256 gigabyte card into there right away. And let's see, on the top here, you have your power button, you have your volume up, down, you have a headphone jack, game card. I do like the way it is enclosed, and it is in an area that you're not actually going to accidentally knock the game card out, like on 3DS. That does happen sometimes. So very good. And just kind of comparison, let me show you a 3DS. Okay, so here is a 3DS, Pokemon 3DS, and here is Switch. So you can see the two are very similar in size. If you look on the back, very similar. Maybe about 1/4 of an inch difference. So that's about how much difference you have right there. So very similar. The screen is bigger than this, obviously, but it actually, this feels, again, much more like a quality component. I'm sure this is going to be a fingerprint magnet. The actual paint being matte is not going to collect a lot of fingerprints, but this glass area around the bezel here probably will. So anyway, let's go ahead and try and plug in the little side things and see how this works. These just kind of snap in place. I hear they make a pleasant snapping motion or something. Let me see. Okay, a little snap. I would say that like the Microsoft Surface makes more of a click. It does not go in like this halfway. It does start at the very top, and it kind of slides down in. You hear that? Yep. So looks good. Does not feel too big. I do have a lanyard I'd like to use. I think there's a lanyard hole. Am I correct in saying that? I thought there was. Let me see. Somewhere I thought there was a lanyard hole. That was like IR blaster. Maybe there's not. Okay, maybe I got that wrong. I thought there was a hole for lanyard, so you could actually hang it around your neck or something if you wanted to. Kind of like that. When I was at Nintendo, I got a really good Nintendo lanyard I could use for this too from a media event back from like a year ago. You could see in my queue. But anyway, very cool. This does need to be charged up, I believe. I hit power button. Oh, it did boot up. Okay, it does have a little bit of a charge to it. And it just goes on. And I'm not going to take you through the whole initial setup phase. I might do a separate video on that later, or if you have questions, just let me know. I love the little click. Very cool. Yay! Oh my gosh, okay, yeah, so there's your normal menu stuff. So anyway, guys, this concludes the unboxing portion of this. As you can see, it's very cool. I'm definitely down with the Switch. I'm so happy I got this. I hope you guys have one too, and you can check it out. I'm not going to stick this in right now. I don't want to accidentally break it, but basically this slides down in like this. I'm sure you know this stuff already, though. There's a million commercials showing it, but this is awesome, guys. I'd say my initial impressions, this is very good. I would say, again, Target got the one to us the quickest, which is very cool. Bad Amazon did get me my Amazon Switch yet, so I'm still waiting on that one. But definitely Target took care of me. And this feels good. I mean, this feels like a quality electronic component. And that's probably the most important thing because, again, coming off of the Wii U, a system I absolutely do love. This is the Wii U controller. See the thickness difference? Big difference in thickness. And this really, I mean, I love this system a lot, don't get me wrong. I still recommend buying this system, but this feels more like a cell phone or a quality adult electronic. And this kind of feels a little kiddish, like it's safety glass, like it's so thick. That way, you know, it's not meant to be broken and is easily by children. So anyway, I'm definitely happy Nintendo went this route with more of an adult component than this route this time. So anyway, guys, if you have any questions about the Switch, oh my gosh. Switch, not Wii. The Switch or the Wii U if you want, or the Wii. Let me know in the comments below down here. I'm really curious. I'm here to help you guys out. If you have any problems with setup, anything, please let me know. I'm here to help you. And if you're new to the channel, please be sure and ring that bell for notifications of new videos. And also, I do have a subscriber giveaway ending very soon. My 6,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be ending in a matter of about a week or so. Yeah, so be sure and check out that video, the official 6,000 subscriber giveaway video, for details on prizes, dates, and all that good stuff. So, but thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Be sure and check out Tuxx Reviews, my review channel. Be sure and check out this channel, Tuxx Toys, on Instagram and Twitter. Be sure and check out Tuxx Reviews on Instagram and Twitter. And of course, my beta channel called Gamer Tuxx. We'll talk to you soon, friends. Bye-bye.